Welcome to the fourth episode of the Men with Tegridy Podcast. I'm your host, Mushrooms on Pizza.
And I'm B. Noah P.
And we have a crazy episode to talk about. Wok is dead. That's right, everyone. Shitty Wok, I should say. Shitty Wok is no more.
Yeah, it's the proper pronunciation.
It's now a Labubu salesman. It's a Chinese pop-up shop.
It's a mom and pop. It's a mom and pop-up Chinese shop.
And it's all because of something called tariffs. All right. This episode I thought was phenomenal. I love the three storylines that were going on: the A plot, the B plot, and the C plot. I thought were all really funny, and they tied in like seamlessly. And masterclass episode of South Park. I have to say, I think it's the best episode of the season so far.
I agree with a big caveat, but that caveat also comes with its own list of caveats, so I always have to applaud Matt and Trey on their layered comedy of insanity that, because of my special form of obsession, I understand. I guess we'll start talking about the butter stuff. You wanted to mention some of the butter stuff. I love butters. Anytime there's a good meme going around where it's like me when they're mean to butters, and it's people like,
I love the kids. Like, the kids are the show to me.
Yeah.
And when they get thrown into something that's going on in today's pop culture with kids, it is always so funny. And this Labubu plot, which is something that I, to be honest, have really limited knowledge of. My knowledge of it comes from right now the U.S. Open's going on, and Naomi Osaka has Labubus on her backpack, and like they went on my algorithm. So I ended up finding out what they were from that. I don't have children. I don't hang out with kids. And I work all day, so like I haven't interacted with this fad, but it's it was funny, and I looked it up afterwards, and they are demonic looking. They look like Fungo Pops. So,
so I have seen them show up on TikTok, and they are like, at first they didn't start off as a kids thing because they were expensive, like how the show was saying. It started. People have joked that it's like a recession indicator. Some people have said it sincerely as well, but like that it's a fancy item that you attach to another fancy item to show that you have wealth without buying something that's more expensive. And what it is it's a, I mean, it's just going to end up in a landfill, but it's actually an artist created a whole series of these, and they're based on, I think it's like Nordic folktale monsters, but it's made by a Japanese artist, and it was like children's books, and they're like naughty little demon creatures.
It's like where the wild things are. They kind of look
exactly, and that's pretty much what the whole idea is. And like, there's a whole, it's like Hello Kitty. There's a whole like pantheon of these little critters, and this is
rare, special one.
Yeah, and specifically Labubu is the character who's like taken off or whatever, and it's now now it's trickled down to the kids because mom and dad have it, and it's fucking plushy. And so they're like, I want a Labubu. And so I thought I have seen this out in the wild, and it's like, I kind of dig it. I think it's like a weird, I don't dig it because I will never buy one. Cause like I said, it's just a piece of plastic. It's a land filler. But they're a fun little artsy statement that somebody can put on themselves in a weird way. And I like the idea.
I love how Butters, he's just trying to get his dick wet, Yeah. He's just trying to.
He's a performative male.
He's a performative male, and he wants to know if did the carpets match the drapes. I love that. It's so funny.
The fact that Butters says that too is so funny. Like, he's such an innocent, sweet little boy until he's. I want to know if the carpets match the drapes.
Yeah, like Butters always has these fun sexual adventures type of the Butters Bottom Bitch episode,
when he becomes Gollum.
Yeah, when he becomes Gollum. So because his dad is a horn dog too, so probably just takes it after.
That's true. Butters' very special episode.
Butters got that swab, man. So Butters his mission to get the Labubu so he can get with Red, and basically he gets everything he wants, and it turns into complete chaotic disaster. But that brings us to the B plot here, and that's the tariffs that are affecting the U.S. economy right now and businesses everywhere. So Shitty Wok is no more. Lou Kim has opened up a Chinese pop shop. Shitty. What was it? Shitty pop up.
shitty pop up because Wok is dead.
Because Wok is dead. Once you go Wok, you go Brock.
Yeah.
Hilarious, man. They brought back Chimpokemon. They had Chimpokemon.
I saw that. I should have paused it. I wanted to see if they had Shu, my favorite Chimpokemon.
Oh man, you got shoot.
And like that's a classic episode. That's like one of the first episodes I ever saw. And
I think that might have been the first episode I ever saw.
But I will say,
I had a DVD of that episode and Rainforest Schmainforest. It's from season 3. And my dad was like, "You can watch this because it's less, I guess, South Park mature."
Weirdly, that's also what my dad did. My dad gave me a DVD with that and Tooth Fairy Tales. That was like the dad approved episodes. To be fair though, my big criticism of this episode and of Chimpokemon in retrospect is them doing the voices and some of the design choices. And like, you know, the show's been running long enough that I feel like they could definitely have updated some of these. But also this character in particular.
Wok is dead.
Wok is dead, which once again is a good layered joke in there. Maybe I'm a little too Wok for this, but that layered joke works for me because of the problematic nature of it, and also I believe that Mr. What is it, Lou Kim is a white man doing yellowface.
Really a therapist, right?
Yeah. Yeah. So I feel like
he wouldn't even hurt a fry.
Yeah, that's like I kind of respect their dedication to continuing to do this bit and having made it double layered appropriate in an insane way. Like if they wanted to bring back like Mitch Connor or something like that, or you know, Jennifer Lopez, and they just did the Jennifer Lopez voice, but it was like actually Jennifer Lopez, I would kind of be onto that. I'd be like, that's funny. But that's this. So I got to say they've played like 4D chess with being problematic in this episode, and I always appreciate them for that.
100%. Yo, Wing is back. His wife. I love their commentary. Her saying him swindling children and all that. Oh my god.
When and the kid's gambling on prize loot boxes, and he wins, and he's like, "You're gonna have to pay more tariffs on that. It's a rare one. Stop charging the kid tariff." Pretty classic South Park. Took me back to the days of Chimpokemon, and as somebody who was an anime weeb growing up, there was a Chinese food place I used to go to that had shitty figurines, and like I used to love that shit and buy it, and I'm sure I have some of that landfilling garbage somewhere still, but like that was very relatable. That to me is like how you're saying it always, the heart of the show is always going back to the kids. For me, that was like, yeah, the Chinese food place makes its money with the kids looking at the Naruto action figures and being like, "Mom, will you buy that for me?" So
when Butters, he brings his piggy bank in, and then he goes to the crane machine, and then behind him, Luke Kim is smoking a cigarette, and he's just blowing the cigarette as Butters is using the crane machine. That just sent me. I was just laughing so hard.
So good.
What a funny, just a little funny like animated scene. I love that. I don't know, the image. I thought was just really.
It looked great. I also love, speaking of the Labubus, is how they brought it to Jesus being the school counselor that nobody recognizes, and he's constantly just shocked at what's going on. It's a good bit that Jesus sees the Labubus as like, this is clearly satanic. This is clearly demonic and evil. What are you doing? And they're like, yeah, of course it's demonic. But do you have kids? That was one of my favorite lines. Dude.
That conversation was awesome. By the way, Garrison is like back in the school, right? So he's at this meeting.
Yeah.
They have a strong woman there, Power Christian principal, and of course Jesus, who's talking about this Labubu problem. And right, he mentions that it's a dark satanic ritual on the TikTok unboxing that they watched that video. That was so funny, and it was so well done. Oh my god, with the chopping of the chicken and the whole horror, all of the imagery, it was so funny. And then they do a specific line that just had me just rolling laughing. Jesus is talking to them, and they're explaining that Labubus are really like, of course, yeah, they're dark, satanic dark magic. And then Power Christian Principle says, I don't know if they come that way from China or kids are infusing them with some Sumerian dark entity. And then just this random teacher goes, it's Mesopotamian.
That sent me.
It's like a horror film joke. It is so funny. Yeah. Like Evil Dead. It's like an Evil Dead reference or whatever.
Well, I think it's even dumber. I think it's The Exorcist 2. It's the demon Pazuzu is like Sumerian or something, or Mesopotamian, and that joke sent me. I thought that was so funny. And then we found out later that the reveal is that it is a demon, and it is it's tariffs. Luke Kim tells us this. Yeah, of course they're cursed. It's tariffs.
Which makes sense because someone is fucking Satan.
That, my God, what a great bit.
The Jesus plot ties into this, right? So Jesus figured out how to reach these kids. And he goes through this like whole journey in order to figure out how can a Christian be a good counselor in today's world.
How do I reach these kids?
How do I reach these kids? So it ties into the Satan and Trump plot, which is continued from the first episode. And boy, oh boy,
is Trump fucking Satan?
Go hard. Is Trump fucking Satan? On Fox News, breaking news, right? I went online after this episode aired, and people did not understand the double entendre. It was completely lost. I was dumbfounded, but then I realized that these people are like, oh, I thought the episode was really funny, and I'm a Republican. Yeah, Trump fucking Satan, ha ha ha. Like, bro, no, that's not what they're saying. And oh my god, way over their head.
Is Trump fucking Satan? That whole bit, the whole episode, I thought was so goddamn funny. The way they kept doing that, and also, in a literal sense, that's what pisses me off about the news right now, is the way that everything is like, this is clearly bad. Why are you phrasing it like that? And why are you not saying we shouldn't do this? And it's exactly that. I think he's fucking Satan. I think he's fucking Satan. And everyone, they're like, oh, he's fucking Satan. He is.
All their text messages got revealed in these lawsuits, and a lot of them are like questioning every single thing he's saying too from Fox News. So you have their communications, and it really comes down to, are you fucking Satan?
Yeah.
Yeah. But that news scroll and every single thing they did with Sean Hannity to Fox and Friends to all of it was so biting and so funny, and I need a response from them. They got roasted.
Just a good joke. Such a funny double entendre. Such an endlessly moldable double entendre. And they found so many good ways to work it in. And the bit at the end of it being that Satan is pregnant. And that's amazing. Amazing. I mean, it's such a stupid, such a stupid answer to the whole problem, and it really worked. And the scene when JD Vance goes up to Satan
in the Rose Garden,
amazing. I don't even think the Rose Garden exists anymore, but yeah,
it doesn't exist anymore. But they put it in the episode, so we live in a parallel universe where it actually still exists.
Or maybe that's at Mar-a-Lago.
No, it was at the White House.
Okay.
Yeah.
But when he, hey, what's up, Satan? So funny. Just the little waddle and the face. Oh my god! And some of the faces they put on Trump in the last couple episodes
were incredible. When he got the bomb drop that he was pregnant, and that they showed for 2 seconds, his face reaction, amazing. They threw in his face in this episode from his mugshot was in it.
Amazing.
Amazing.
And they worked honestly so hard to make sure that they got high quality photos of his face to use, and that they all matched in lighting and in tone. It was like somebody worked really hard to like figure out the way you could sequence each photo of his face into a different position. It's a real same thing with JD Vance. Like something about the way his mouth moves was like way too over animated for what I'm used to.
So funny though. Every time JD Vance shows up has so killed funny. Me too, right? Just gut punching. So funny.
And in the last episode we had Satan asking ChatGPT how to get separated, and I guess that's been abandoned for the baby. For the baby.
Yeah, they're riding on the fly. I guess I don't know if they had this idea from the beginning. Either way, it was just such a funny conclusion, and it ties into the end of the Butters plot. Butters succeeds and gets the very special, super rare Labubu, brings it to Red, and she does a satanic ritual. And that whole from Butters entering her house party to the summoning of Trump and Satan was just an incredible 3 minutes of South Park. I was laughing from the moment it started to the moment it ended.
Oh, I love you. Screaming at the top of her lungs.
Oh, like Butters being so excited, and her just yelling, I love you to him, and then he'd be like, oh yeah, we're going upstairs, we're going to do the thing. Oh my God.
Yeah. You want to do the thing with me, Butters? Come on, we're going to do the thing. So, another good double entendre. And then when they summon Trump, it's like, they all go, ew. What is that? And that makes it, allegedly or whatever, because he's the free leader of the free world or whatever. But what a good joke they're layering in again about Trump finding himself at a birthday party for 8-year-old girls.
Yes.
What that he gets summoned by the Labubu every single time because of his tariffs. Is like that's what the curse results in, is his delivery and Trump and Satan showing up. Is
Trump
fucking Satan at a little girl's birthday party? Because
they're doing this like every other week with an episode, they're allowing themselves to capture more of this crazy news cycle. Mm-hmm. So we're probably going to get a resolution to this whole Jeffrey Epstein thing. I don't know, me saying that is going to get this video striked or something or whatever.
For Schmepstein?
For the... So we're going to get a conclusion of that, likely, where that's headed right now. And then how they tie that in. I mean, they're going to have to do something, clearly. So Satan's pregnant. I don't know how that's going to work into all this. It's really interesting. This might be my favorite of the serialized seasons so far. I have been a fan of them. I know they're controversial. Some people really don't like them. I have been a fan of them. Sometimes they falter at the end, I would say. The 2021.
Yeah.
Or no, the 2016 one, yeah. Season 20. They had that weird, because they thought Hillary was going to be president.
But that's like a fun case study.
Yeah, it was a fun case study. This season, I mean, whatever happens is comedy itself, right? We're living right now in such a different time. Like this is a moment in radical American history, right? And they're capturing in satire real time. However it goes, they're smart enough in at least 2 weeks to give themselves an extra week to figure out how to do it. I'm a fan of it. At first I was like, oh man, you want that in South Park every week. But I think it's better for the serialization. I do think, and they can tie in these ideas and concepts. Jesus showing up at the end and then Satan doing that whole announcement was so good. And then I like how at the resolution, Jesus learns how to be a counselor with Butters. Yeah. And you can see there's an Easter egg there. Jesus is like jumping on top of the back of God in South Park's universe, or maybe it's God jumping on the back of Jesus. I don't exactly remember, but he's like that platypus guy, and I thought that was super funny. And then they kept on adding things in Jesus' classroom as the episode kept on going on, which I guess was talking about his growth. Maybe he's like reading more books, and they're like showing you what he's reading. One of them's just like yay.
Yeah, I feel like there was also that maybe I was reading too much into it, but there was a scene when he was in his car, or maybe he was talking to somebody, and there was a line he said that was something like, I can't remember exactly what it was. I should have written it down, but it reminded me of one of the songs that Mr. Mackey sang in the movie, the one where it's "Don't curse." You know what I'm talking about? The instead of poos, instead of shit, say poo.
Yeah.
There was something he said that reminded me of the intro of that, and I feel like they're gonna try and turn Jesus into a more Mr. Mackey-like character, and I feel like that might be a fun little thing that we might see through this season. Another thing, going back to Satan, that I was expecting when he brought out the box was I thought they were gonna tie it back to Man Bear Pig. Because the last time we saw Satan before this season, I think
he was killed by Man Bear Pig.
Yeah, he was killed by Man Bear Pig, and I don't know what's happened with that. You know, I don't think we've gotten a follow up really.
Well, we had Man Bear Pig in the streaming wars.
Oh, I forgot what happened on the streaming wars.
It was with PP and his
they had the
water park.
They had to compete over the water.
Man Bear Pig's kids, Pig Bear Boy, and
I don't know if I finished it.
Oh, you didn't watch part 2.
Wow, that's
part 2. But Man Bear Pig shows up and he's wearing. Well, you have Paramount Plus now.
Yeah, now I have Paramount. I had been for the
he
audience watching. I had been stealing Paramount Plus for a while.
Like Peaky Blinders. Like, it looks like a Peaky Blinders guy, Man Bear Pig.
That's great. That's fun. I think I did see that.
Some Fox News stuff. I love the body language expert that they had on, and then the scientist who's like explaining how Satan can get pregnant. And then at the very end, with Kid Rock being interviewed,
so funny.
Oh man,
the way he came out, where you don't know how he's like, if he's happy or not, but of course he's happy, you know. But it was like, and I told you, I knew he was fucking Satan. It's so funny. Oh my god, my name is Kid Rock. There's, you know, they didn't do anything with that yet, but hopefully they do. I appreciate their parody of the Labubu theme. That was pretty solid. The musical geniuses that came up with Have a Spadoinkle Day and Uncle Fucker did a great job once again.
So we can talk about the shopping aspect. Satan with a Gucci bag.
Oh, Satan has a Gucci bag.
Because they have all those images, that montage of are they fucking montage?
That was great.
Was great. And then him at the golf course and like, oh, we have.
Yeah, we believe we have footage of Satan having.
Oh yeah, they're gonna be playing that on other news channels, like if they have any balls. But they're all, you know, I think also maybe commentaries are all Fox News at this point.
To a degree, but also like, and then I was thinking about that while I was watching it. I think they chose Fox News because like they all participate in that kind of like sensationalism, but Fox News uniquely celebrates every time Trump does something awful, and so like all the other news channels would cover it as like, is he fucking Satan? He has a wife and a child. He shouldn't be doing that. And Fox News is like, we think it's pretty cool he's fucking Satan. I've been saying he's been fucking Satan for a while.
Is he?
Is he? We don't know. And so I feel like that's why the joke they were doing with CBS was the whole like in fear that they're going to get canceled at any moment, and they're like, But he doesn't have a tiny dick. He's got a huge dick. Don't worry about it. But Fox News is like, he has a huge dick. You know, that they've given this dichotomy to it, I think, at this point. Maybe every episode they'll take a whack at a different news station. Maybe we'll get like CNN or something in the next one.
Yeah, we could, for sure. All right, to wrap it up, tariffs are bad. Jesus has a MacBook with an olive branch, a dove holding an olive branch.
Okay.
And, Butters has the tension with Red. That's how it ends. What would you rate this episode?
I would rate this like a 10 out of 10. This episode was very fun. No. It's got problematic stuff. I have to remind myself. It's got like a solid 8.5. It's a very funny episode, and the problematic stuff I'm already raising my eyebrows at, even though it has 12 layers of humor. But if they didn't own their own stuff, whatever network was doing this in 2 years would be like, you're not allowed to watch that episode anymore.
Yeah, it's so true.
This gets put in that locker with the Sarah Silverman episode, and
the if the window's like a warning.
They'll draw his eyes different. It'll be like really problematic. But like this, it goes in the box with Song of the South and the episode of Community. And even though I think that episode of Community is fine, but like we're gonna put Tropic Thunder in that box one day. Like there's the
Wok Is Dead.
Yeah, Wok is. Once again, some of those are still funny, but people aren't ready for that. We're not ready for these conversations.
Yeah. I'll give it a 9.5 Labubus out of 10.
I'm gonna give it.
I thought this is the best episode of the season. A 10 would be like an all-time best episode in my view. I don't know if this is an all-time best, but it was close. Maybe in retrospect, it will be.
The Labubu stuff
has a chance of becoming a 10 in my mind.
Like I said, it reminds me of Pokemon.
More of this online reaction because just the fact that it was like almost like a majority of like, at least not likes, but comments were just like people not understanding the joke. And that maybe just cable watchers and maybe the streaming watchers see it differently. So I got to check out after people watch it on the stream if they're equally deep to D.
That's interesting. I never would have really thought about that being the case, but that there might be a divide of like cable watchers and online watchers, and seeing how they engage with the media and think about it. Funky. The episode gave me things to think about. It gave me things to laugh about. I liked it. You know.
Yeah, and let's lower these tariffs. Let's do some free market. Matt and Trey are boxed in as libertarians. They believe in free markets and those liberal values. They
want Labubu.
And not, but they've made their commentary with the Margaritaville episode about what you shouldn't do. This kind of says a lot, and they obviously hate his guts. Again, we get into the crowd of people on social media saying, like, where is Joe Biden? Obviously, Joe Biden is completely irrelevant right now. And they're only the thing that they do is relevant stuff, even though they're irrelevant. But yeah, they're not stopping. It's going to be every episode, which is awesome because, they went after Paramount, they went after Colbert and all that. And, that's what you get. You deserve. You fuck with them. And by them, I mean comedy, satire. They're going to fuck with you extra hard.
Yeah, they're going to find the funniest way to make fun of you. And the most...
So let's find out. Yeah. What's your guess on the Satan baby? Who do you think it's going to be?
Well, I think that Satan, much like in the real world, the Antichrist is like around the corner. And so I think that they're going to literally give birth to the Antichrist. Maybe it'll be a new character. Maybe it'll be Saddam?
So that was some people's theories online.
That would make sense to me if they did that. I don't know why that would... I mean, I know why that would make sense to me, but that's such a weird obvious thing for me to develop in my mind.
Yeah, I don't think it's the case, but that's like a popular theory.
Maybe it'll be
It's too obvious. Member Pig, yeah. Maybe we get something new. Maybe it's a celebrity, and if it's a celebrity, which celebrity it's going to be, and that's food for thought. Maybe next episode. Tune in next time, and we'll have our theories on. If they don't answer it by the next episode, what our theory is on it. Oh, the pregnant watch. Oh my God! If they do the news, if the next episode's like CNN or MS, like they're all just following Satan's baby, blah, 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 fall outfit.
Oh, I really hope that when they go to give birth, that they, give us a cliffhanger, and then the next episode.
Terrence and Phillip.
I would absolutely love that. I know everybody else in the world would hate that because they hate that episode, but I think that would be so funny.
Yeah.
I think that
for the finale.
Yeah. Oh my God! If it was the finale, oh my God, that'd be so funny. Oh my God! I hope they do that. I really hope they do that. That would be the funniest thing they could possibly do. Maybe even Trump is featured in the Terrence and Phillip episode because he's Canadian. He's got that floppy Canadian head.
That's true. Oh, maybe then they reveal Satan. Oh, I'd be Saddam, because Saddam was in Canada a while ago. And then there's the Canadian Devil. Remember that from... Wait, remember the Canadian Devil? Or just like flappy devil body? I think we're onto something. You know what? They're gonna hate us. All right. We'll catch you guys next time. I'm Mushrooms on Pizza.
I'm Bino P. Thanks for tuning in to the Men with Tegridy podcast.